Welcome to Lead Code series. Today we will solve two-sum lead code by using different approach. Let's read this question. We have given one index array of integer numbers which is sorted in non-descending order. We need to find the two numbers that add up to the specific target number. They have given a specific condition that index 1 will be less than index 2 will be less than equal to the length of number. We have given the example where our input array is 2, 7, 11, 15 and target is 9. You can pause the video and read the question. The solution of this question will have time complexity O(n) and space complexity O(1), whereas why time complexity is nth? Because it iterates over the input array once and each iteration takes constant time, and space complexity is constant because we will be using fixed variable in our solution. Let's jump into coding. So in our coding section, I have created the base of the code and I have also written my example which I'm going to use to demonstrate the code. So first I'll write the code and then I'll explain you line by line what has been written in this code. Okay, first we'll create a variable called low, then we'll create a variable called high, and in this we will store the length of my array. Then we will initiate our while loop, low less than high. We'll open our while loop, then we will check the condition that whether a plus b is equals to my target value. After this I will be checking whether my sum is equal to my target value. Here we will return the index of my array. Why we are doing low plus 1, I'll explain you because this is an one indexed array. We will check whether sum less than target. We will increment our low, and in else we will decrement our high. Once we have completed our logic, we need to return an empty value if our logic does not fulfill. Now we will understand how these things work. If you have seen my previous video of two-sum using brute force method and hash map method, this is little advanced comparing to previous two-sum lead code problem. This question has been asked in Bloomberg and Amazon and Adobe and many more tech companies. So in the question the question is similar to the previous two-sum lead code question. In this question there are two things which you need to know, which has mentioned in this question. Basically the first is that we need to consider our array as one index array. What does one index array means? So what does this mean? Usually whenever we have an array, suppose this is our array, and what is the index of this array? What usually we consider whenever we are writing a for loop, my for loop will start from 0. So here my array index start from 0 and end with 3. The length of my array is 4. If you see, there are 4 elements. Now one index array means that my array will start from 1. That's it. On internet there are a lot of things happening, but I think no one explained it clearly. But whenever you hear one indexed array, it means that it starts with 1, or even if you hear or see somewhere that 2 indexed array, the starting number will be different. As per the international standard, we always consider the starting element is 0, and most of the code is written based on this manner. But if you need to specify in a certain manner, then it is predefined that it has to be one index array. The second thing defined in the question is what is non-descending order. So what is non-descending order? We all know ascending and descending. Okay, if you have seen the previous video of two-sum lead code, the array which was given here was defined in this manner. So it was not sorted. Now in this question, they have considered that this will be, if you read this question carefully, this is a sorted in non-descending order. Seeing this example does not help much, but non-descending is similar in a manner where if I have, suppose, one more 2 or one more 7, then this is considered as non-descending order, whereas the subsequent items are greater than or equal to the previous item. So 7 is either equal or it is 11 is greater than 7. Okay, I hope you understand this thing. It's really simple. Whenever you use something like this, it is non-descending. There's nothing much in here. Now we will come to our solutioning. So if you know how while loop, I hope you know that how loops work, but I'll explain a little bit about while loop. While loop will run until condition is true. If condition turns false, then while loop will stop. And to solve this question right, here they are using, there's a technique called two pointer is a technique. In using this technique, they are solving this problem, whereas in Java we don't have pointers, but some or the other way we are mimicking pointer behavior in here. So we have created a variable called low and high. So in two pointer approach, we will be reading two elements of an array at the same time, rather than we are for looping and reading all the elements. So just imagine my first time when this for loop will run for the first time, how it will react. So when this loop will run for the first time, what is my low value? Write comment so that, yeah. What is my low value? My low value is equals to 0. If you could see here, my low is equals to 0. And what is my high value? What is my high value? My high is 3. How come my high is 3? Because the length, numbers dot length, so whatever array is defined, the length is 4, whereas 4 minus 1 will become to 3. So if I have to do the calculation here, 4 minus 1, which will be equals to 3. So that's why my high is 3 in my first iteration. After this line ran, we will jump into our second line, which is calculating the value of sum. So what will be my sum value? My sum value will be numbers, and what is my first value, which is low, is 0. So 0 plus, and what is my high, which is 3. So now if you see my number 0 and number 3, what values are defined in here? it is defined that my initial array index is 0 and at what location, what value does location 0 holds is 2. So this will become 2 and this will become what? 3 is 15. Now what is the sum of these two values? Their sum is 17. Now we will come to our third condition, third line of our code. Here we are checking the sum equals to target. So what is my sum? My sum is 17, which is equals to target. My target is 9. So is it equal? No, it is not equal. It is not equal. So I will not return anything. Now it will check another else if statement where sum is less than target. So whether sum is less than target, where 17 is less than 9, yes, it is less than 9. So if it is less than 9, 17 is less than 9. Yeah, 17 is less than 9. No, so I will come in here. So in my second iteration, so we reach our end of loop, and what this is doing, this statement is decrementing my high value. So after this is decremented, it will again rerun my loop, which will be second time. So after second time iteration, my low will still remain 0, and now you can see the changes. My high will become 2 because earlier high was 3. After coming here, my high will become 2. I will just copy this line so that I can fast track this one. So now high is 2. So we will come where number 2. What is at position 2? 11. So if you see the way we have calculated the same value using this formula, see here also we'll apply the same formula. So it will become 11. So now 11, this will become 13. 13 equals to? No. 13 less than? No. Again we will have one more iteration, third iteration. In third iteration, my 2 will become 1. Now my 2 will become 1. Again it will follow the same logic. You can re-watch until you understand, because this is the catch. And I'm using simple examples so that you can understand. Later on you can change the input array to more complicated one, but output will remain the same. Anyhow, moving on, my high become 1. Now my number 0 will remain same, but number 1 will become different. What is that location number 1? Which is 7. So now it will become 7. So 7 to which is 9. Here I will write 0 9 so that you will understand. Now 0 9 equals to 9. Yes. So it will not even go here. Here my sum is equal to target. So now it will not even go further down. It will throw this value. So now what it will throw? Low plus 1. Okay, now you will question why I am returning low plus 1 and high plus 1 rather than just returning low and high. If I return low and high, what will be my low is 0 and high is 1, whereas it is one indexed array. So we need to add 1 and then we need to return. So low plus 1, which is low is 0, 0 plus 1 comma 1 plus 1. So now what it will become? Now what we will return? We will return 1 comma 2. This will return 1 comma 2, and this is our solution. This is what the expectation is. I hope you understand this. If you have any question, you can comment. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you want more content like this, subscribe to my channel.